I mean, it is kind of how it is. And you see the ancient Tito, which is kind of something creepy, but how I put it. But I'm telling you right now, I need to do better when I need to do. And I need to stop trying to put myself in a position where I procrastinate or have something bad happen to me. And I got neutralizing gas, which is kind of crazy. As you see, we do get the spike up, and that's my main enemy for today's going to be the wheezing. And I know you're gonna will-o-wisp. Let's see, you can try to go for burn on me. It goes strange steam, which is amazing, which I get my balloon popped, but I'm a nasty. Why am I recovering? I'm nasty plotting. That's what I normally do. They go Team Lou, give myself the hit on the spikes, but they get themselves out of this shenanigans. Let's see. And as a nasty plot up, there's gonna be some nasty, nasty damage. I'm gonna go for make it rain as you do some damage. Doing about 52%, which is gonna be 339. It's a ruination. And I'm gonna go for another recover. Let's see, you know, EQ, right? Yep, that's what I thought. As you see, this is kind of our main thing today, is we're finally using Gholdengo to its potential. Let's see, and let's see how the Gholdengo video is going to start out. So I'm going to go Terra Fairy, go for recover. Let's see, recover again. Let's see, EQ, right? Yeah, there we go. So nasty plot up real quick. I know you, if it's not balloon, then your scarf. I'm going to be really faster than Gambit. Let's see, the Moltres, amazing. I can go free Shadow Balls coming in soon. Let's see if they're gonna go for a flamethrower. Gonna go will-o-wisp or something. No, you can't go will-o-wisp. You know that I'm gonna make good as gold, so probably gonna find something to break specially. But I'm faster than you, guaranteed. To go Ting Lu, amazing. So you get free cheap damage down. Let's see. Doing that 21% on that. That's amazing. So I'm gonna go you, go make it rain for free. As you get a KO in Ting Lu, which is amazing. Now I'm back to regular 2 special attack. So now they're probably going to bring up Scizor, probably for being scared of the fact about that. Yep, there you go. Get more Spikes Chip. I am going to go into Zapdos as you do figure out the thing. They go Wheezing, which is fine. You do get hit by Spikes unless you're Heavy Duty Booty. I'm in a Hurricane, as you see yourself, and I do miss the first turn. But did default, getting rid of the Spikes, which I don't mind. I can go for another Hurricane, doing some damage. As you see, that does 69% as a Sludge Bomb. Do I get poisoned? No, I do not. I'm a Fold Switch since their ground is gone. As they do go their own Gholdengo. So this Gholdengo is definitely dangerous because this potentially is a Choice Scarf Gholdengo. Because we have that. That's why we have our Samurai Hisui right here. We do knock out the Gholdengo, which is amazing. And we get the spikes down, which will give them the auto forfeit, which gets us back up to 1295. We'll be right back with another game, as the Ancient Tito is definitely going down. And let's see if the new Bandito will come into the forefront. We'll be right back. Alright, we are here against the Stall team, but we're going to have to say this real quick. I want to give y'all something to think about for a moment. So, my little question of the day, quote unquote question of the day is, what is your, what do you hate about the most about being sick? And why am I saying that is because right now, currently, I'm not feeling too well. I've been sick the last couple of days, and I've been trying to rest up and feel better. So my little question of the day for y'all is, what do y'all feel like? Do y'all hate being sick like this? Do you feel like, oh, sick days also means I'm gonna have days off of school, or something like that? So what do y'all think? Do y'all like, what is the least desirable part? Do you hate the congestion? Do you hate this? And just it's all up to your opinion, but I mean, like, what do you do whenever you're sick? Do you rest up? Like, what do you do? Do you have like something to eat soup? Do you take medicine? Kind of the thing. Like, what do you do whenever you get sick? What I do is, what I do when I get sick like this is, I normally take my medication. I, try to eat something warm, like I always do. It doesn't have to be a liquid or whatever, but always try to get something warm. I'm always try to get something that's not gonna hurt me, kind of a thing. Like basically something warm, something to, have that, or have something cool to, wash down the scratchy throat. Always take medicine, try to get something through, and have something to have around that. So that's kind of where my point is. Like, oh, what do you do with this? What do you do with that? So that's kind of my whole thing is, yeah, sure, we have the scratchy throat, we have these things, but it ain't too big of a deal real quick. So as you see, we're gonna Thunder Wave on the Clef. They Stealth Rock up. I'm gonna roost up the damage. Let's see, and you gonna Move Blast, right? They wish up. I can guess that you're gonna go to Soaking Galar. I'm gonna hold switch as Google Ice Score. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna go Great Tusk real quick. As you do go for a Toxic, yep, that's not surprising. I am gonna go for a knockoff in case you go Gold King. Yeah, you do that, and so you have no Ghost type. I am gonna go to Rapid Spin, unless you Terra Ghost on that, or yep, they Rapid Spin. Yep, they do that. Earthquake. Let's see if you can get them to ruse on that. And only knock off a rapid spin. Let's see. I'm going to go for a ice spinner. Bop. That's going to do about 59%. Doing a little bit more. I'm going to swap. Oh, there's toxic poison knocked me out already. So we have that. We got hammer out real quick. Let's see. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to knock off in case you go to Clodsire, because Clodsire is going to be something against stall. Protect. They know that. It's going to be that. I'm going to go Gholdengo just in case you're going to go for that. Your Toxic, Protect, Earthquake, and I don't know if you're knockoff or hazards, but I'd rather not have to deal with that. So let's see how we're going to do. Because Good as Gold is going to protect myself from Toxic. Um, Most Toxic is going to be protected by Steals. Well, let's see. Gholdengo can just break this team open depending on how the matchup is. So Masquerada's there. I know that's going to be something dangerous with that. But we are going to go into our... Yeah, we got Masquerada doing damage. Let's see. The Slow King's paralyzed. Let's see. As you do go Dondozo, which is amazing. I can go back to Samurott real quick. As you do see yourself. As you do go Clodsire, which I'm surprised you have to that for boots. I'm going to go for a knockoff. Knocking you out of your heavy duty booty. Unless you do go Clef and you're going to be doing some shenanigans. Let's see. They go Dondozo. Amazing, because that's going to be free chip damage with spikes. I'm going to go back into Zapdos real quick in case you body press. Yeah, let's see real quick. Are you body pressing? You do that liquidation. Nice. So you have a chance of being paralyzed. I'm going to Hurricane in case you go Clodsire. Boom. Do Hurricane damage. Let's see. Confusion's a nice. So let's see, we go back to Samurott real quick. Let's see if you get walled by this one. Let's see, and you go for Amnesia. Nice, nice, nice. So you get walled. I'm going to knock you off. Let's see, you go Clef, which is amazing because I knock you off. Let's see, and you're lefty. So you are going to be Magic Guard. So that's nice. I'm going to go into my Gholdengo. Let's see, and are you going to go Moonblast or are you going to go Paralyze? Amazing. So I go for Make It Rain for free. Whatever happens, happens. If they go Clodsire, let's see, and go for 26%. I'm going to go for this. As you do see yourself, I'm going to make it rain again, doing another 26% as you do go Amnesia, right? Recover. You're going to keep on making the 26. So the crit happen 29. As you see, a Toxic. I'm good as gold. You can't do nothing about it. There's being passive. There's a crit for 41. Let's see, and you go for recover. Yeah, we do. You realize that's kind of one of the flaws of dealing with that. Let's see, and let's see, recover. And I know now that you are going to be a toxic. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm gonna go Cecil's Edge just in case you do go Spikes Chip. You have no spinner, no nothing. There's Spikes Chip. There's two. I'm gonna do to you. And now my job is about to be done. As you have no spinner, no nothing. So I do this. And now you rest up. I do not mind because I have the beautiful thing of Zapdos coming up real quick. And now you get chipped down by spikes. Life score doesn't get hit. It's Clef. It is Magic Guard. I'm going to Hurricane real quick. Let's see damage. 40% is nice as they move Blast. Bop. And we're going to go for another Hurricane. Doing some damage. Let's see Paralyzed. They wish up. On a Roost up. Okay, they protect. Yep, they do that. Do that, and now I can knock off their boots potentially if I can on the Claude, or I can go Val just in case they go Slow King. Yeah, they do that. They do this, doing chip damage. I'm gonna Volt Switch out just in case, and let's see. You can go Future Sight. Let's see. Future Sight. They go Chilly Reception. Who they go out to? Let's see who they go out to real quick. There's Clef. I know they're gonna go Clef most likely, or then they go into Masquerada. I mean, Masquerada is probably gonna be their main breaker because that's their fastest mon on the team. But this is definitely something of a so stall. But yeah, this would probably be one of the last games I'll play. Hopefully, but yeah, there's Masquerada doing that. That's definitely heavy duty booty. That's definitely heavy duty booty. I'm gonna go for knockoff. That's perfect. Get rid of the Masquerada. That's gonna be heavy duty boots. Let's see Flower Trick. I do not mind that. I did do good knock out my Samu, but that's going to give them down their Spikes chip. So the only mons left now that are not immune are going to be Regenerator Slowking and of course the Claude. So I'm going to go back to Masquerada. Masquerada, I'm going to go Dragapult real quick. I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to go with this and basically try to get the Claude. Do this. That's 28%. I am going to go back to my... You know what? I'm going to go to Gholdengo right now. Let's see. And you go Amnesia, right? No, you don't. So I'm going to go Val real quick. Let's see. And just get progression automatically. And if you get any progression against this Pokemon, that'll be amazing because... Let's see. And let's see what you're going to do. You go Slowking Galar, which is absolutely amazing. I can go Terra Steel real quick on this Mon. I was dominant on this. And look at that. We knock off the boots. Amazing. And they get paralyzed. Amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock off again. I'm going to Moonblast again in case it go Clef. Or they go Claude, which I should have went knockoff. But let's see. And I'm going to go for a knockoff real quick. Getting more chip damage on the Clodsire. They go Earthquake doing all the damage. But this is a good thing because all their Pokemon's no longer immune to boots. We are all special attackers, but I do not mind because guess what? We're going to go Zapdos real quick. And whatever happens, happens, they say. I'm going to go Hurricane again. They're kind of screwed on the jump because they have amnesia, sure. But we're going to go knock them out either way. Let's see. Oh my god, we got a first miss. And they go Toxic. Ah. Okay, you know what? I got an idea. Let's go Gholdengo real quick since we walled them indefinitely. Let's see. We walled them indefinitely. Let's see. They recover up. Let's see. Nasty plot up. Let's nasty plot until they can't amnesia no more. We completely wall them, which is kind of the funny part, where we completely wall them. They can't do nothing about it. And most of their teams either paralyzed or slower. I mean, I don't know about Gliscor, but everything's slower except for Masquerada, which is pretty funny. We do got a weakness in Masquerado knockoff, where we can go Dragapult as a sack or whatever, go Zapdos as a finisher. But that's kind of funny because their entire team, this entire Pokemon gets walled by Gholdengo, which is pretty funny. So we're going to do this. I'm going to keep on doing this and let it get walled unless they want to go for maximum amnesia because I can go for all the nasty plots, all those shadow balls, and the rest of my PP on that other stuff. They're not going to get through my Gholdengo, which is probably their biggest problem. Let's see. Your amnesia, right? You do that. What you going to do? Oh, you have 32. I have 32 of this, so... And you have 3 recovers left. Got 13 toxics. I could probably, yeah, I could definitely wall this Pokemon. Yeah, I can wall this. Let's see. Let's see. I can do this. Let's see. And Amnesia again. I'm a Shadow Ball. Let's see. I know you're going to be some shenanigans, but I don't really care. I'm going to save up my moves. Let's see how we're going to do this. Let's see. I'm not going to carry your... I know you're going to be some other set. Let's see. Yeah, I know you're going to be that. So you're going to amnesia up. I'm going to do this. I'm just not caring. But let's see. Amnesia. Well, yeah, you're already slowing down already. So that's kind of nice because you're forced into the thing. So either you're going to swap or you're going to be passive. And I know you don't want me to swap. So I'm going to be just as patient as you. Going to PP stall you. And literally going to get you out of here. It's kind of some Lance Goon type stuff where they get absolutely hand on if you're not patient. So, wait around. Let's see. And let's see. Amnesia. This is kind of going to be one of the slowest games we have. But I'm sorry if you don't like stall. But this is kind of how it is. But while we do this stalling shenanigans, I am going to see. We can talk about another thing. So another thing we have going on as college is I have my classroom management plan that's kind of been a big struggle. And I don't know if you want to know, but from this, I want to say thank y'all again for 700 subs. But also Ozma, shouts out to them. They're the ones in the OU council and everything. And they are the ones that said, "Hey, Bandito, nice job for the video and everything. I appreciate it." Like it's like, "Hey, Bandito, nice job for this video and such. I have, this is what it needs the most, this, and this." I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's amazing." Because, it is very appreciative that they let me do this in the first place. But I want to say this right here is that this person's no longer they swap out to Masquerada because they're like, no, I'm not gonna get stalled out by this Pokemon trainer, knowing that we can get PP stall. And they triple axle and they miss. And that's amazing because they get themselves down. And now they lost their first Pokemon. So the team will most likely will collapse in the next couple of things. Which is amazing because sure I have Dragapult, I'll have Shadow Ball to knock out most of these mons. But I have Draco. Once I get rid of the Clef, I get rid of the. I can just knock him out with Draco. They go Claude. I don't mind. I can roost up for free. Let's see. And then go back to Gholdengo after. You know what? I'm gonna roost up and then go back to Gholdengo. There's nothing they can really do. There's nothing they can really do on this. And if they want to swap to Claude, let them swap to Claude. But yeah, this is kind of one of those annoying Pokemon from Disney and such. But yeah, look at that right there. Roost up. There's a poison chip. They know what they're doing. I'm gonna do a Hurricane real quick. As you see, we're going to do this. They go Claw, doing another 25% down. Let's see. Doing a Hurricane, doing a lot chip, and I'm a Hurricane again. It's a Terra Steel. Oh my god, that's nice. I can Volt Switch for free now. Look at that right there. That's the benefit of getting Goobed. Let's see. And Volt Switch out. That's perfect Dragapult range for Shadow Ball. They're literally losing on the spot. Look at that right there. They're literally losing on the spot. They get Protect. They don't have lefties. They're literally getting Goob. And I've got free Shadow Balls to rain. So once I get that Flamethrower, we'll get rid of this Pokemon. Boom. Nope, we're not going to do that. Goodbye. So we have that going through. We got Regenerator. We have literally everything coming in all to place. And they're finally slowing down, which is absolutely amazing. They go Gliscor. Let's see if you're knockoff on this team. They go protect. Let's shadow ball. Let's see. And oh my goodness, 68%. Let's see. The earthquake knocked me out. I don't mind that because I can go U. And what I can do now is go nasty plot. Let's see. And I do not care. And I can go shadow ball for free versus these Pokemon. As you see, we have this going on. We got our gameplay. Got our entire thing. And we somehow came back against this stall team, which is pretty funny. They spike up knowing that we're not really are going to be hit by the golden. We're not going to be hit by this Pokemon. So yeah. And Clodsire is going to get stalled out. So it's pretty funny. So we Shadow Ball doing 20%. They can recover. Now we keep playing this game with them. We can't really do nothing. And basically keep playing patient. We're playing our own pace aggressive. We're going to play our own aggression. You know, whatever. But of course, Zapdos gets absolutely shamacked. Well, they shamacked the rest of the team. But I'm gonna keep on playing our game. Let's see. And we go this nasty plot real quick. Let's see if they go for their last amnesia, which is amazing because they have one recover left, 13 toxics, and 15 earthquakes, which is gonna be something amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is go for a shadow ball in case they swap to Dondozo, which is something I would probably say would be a plan, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the plans they try to do. Which we got two unaware Pokemon, one Body Press, Liquidation, Rest, and probably Curse, and then Cloudsire with Amnesia, which is probably the big thing why they don't want Gholdengo and they hate Gholdengo, which is a pretty funny sight because Gholdengo is probably their least favorite little Pokemon they have. Real quick, and I'm happy I can ruin their day with that. So Shadow Balls and doing that. They have Amnesia. I wouldn't mind that at all. So there we go. And I'm gonna Shadow Ball again in case they do that. Let's see. I'm just giving them reads, but I'm slowly gonna get them down chip by chip. Let's see what we can do from there. So there we go. I'm gonna nasty plot up real quick. Let's see. And we get more toxic. So they know that they cannot win against this team. So they got 15, 14. Yeah, they're doing that. I have this down. Let's see. I've got about 14 nasty plots left. They do not know that I have recovered, right? They do not know I have recovered, right? And they're like, "What's your last move?" I'm not using it. I'm not using it because there's no point. There's no point in doing it. hmm Let's see, and let's see what you're gonna do. So basically, this team requires recovery. I require this. Let's see. Nasty plot. Let's see. And there's toxic. They're doing all they can do, but they can't do nothing about it. Let's see. Let's see. I know they're gonna get swept by Slowking. Let's see. And I know this Pokemon gets KO'd. But yeah, I think once we run out of Nasty plots, we're gonna recover or something. Let's see. There's 8. Let's see. There's Amnesia for 11. There's that. And I know you have one recover left. So I'm going to have one recover just in case. But this is definitely something flimsy I know they can do. So there's, I think, 6. Let's see. Let's see. There's 5. And let's see what you're going to do. Because I have this one thing going on. But Ozma, shouts out to them. I mean, kind of how it is. But the whole Pokesona thing is pretty cute. Because, I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, I love to think about myself as a Pokemon, which is absolutely adorable. I'm gonna say I have a lot of friends that are furries, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, do this, draw me as this, or whatever, it'd be adorable. So there's that. But as you see, there's Earthquake. We're gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do my last move until just quick. Since there's no Clef, I'm just gonna make it rain, do barely anything for 4%. Let's see. Oh shit, I realized. Alright, so I'm gonna recover. I'm gonna Shadow Ball real quick. Yeah, that's kind of my stupid move. Real quick, let's see. 4%. Let's see. Earthquake, doing that. I'll do this. There's about 9 Earthquakes left, 10 Amnesias, and let's see. And I'm gonna go for this once we hit an Amnesia. Let's see. Once hit their last recover, then it's pre-rain for the rest of the team. Let's see how we're gonna do this. There we go. So I'm gonna go for recover real quick as they do go for their 9 Amnesias. Recovers the last move and they realize, shoot. Let's see how we're going to do this. Shadow Ball's going to be that. There's about 8 Amnesias left versus my, we have about 2 Make It Rains left for the Slowking and all that. And of course, we got a bunch of Shadow Balls. So this is absolutely crazy. I know this is crazy enough for you to see, but no boots, no nothing. So they know that I recover. So, like, dude, why are you doing this? Why am I getting walled? Let's see, are you gonna get for, yep, they get that. They're almost out of Earthquakes, about 7 left. I have 15 versus their, I'm saving up the moves just in case. Let's see, Shadow Ball doing that much. Let's see, Toxic's doing that. So we got about 14, we got about 4 left of Toxic, 8 left of Amnesia. So basically, I can recover a couple times now. Let's see. Let's see, they recover again. They lost all their recovery, so basically, whatever you do, I got, so basically 2.5. I know that's gonna knock them out. Let's see. Boom. Boom. So basically they no longer have anything like that. They have no more recovery. Let's see. And I don't mind just doing this. Going for Shadow Ball for the rest of the game. Let's see. I don't mind doing that. I mean, I don't care. I mean, Slowking's gonna be a very low health anyway, about 33 minus 25. So about like say 20 or so %, which will be KO range. And now I'm out of Make It Rain and Nasty Plot, which is pretty funny. Let's see. And they go Toxic. They're 3. And there's going to be 2 soon. Let's see. And Pop. Let's see. There's a drop. Let's see. Earthquake. Let's see. There's 4 left. Let's see. I'm going to recover again. Let's see. This will be 3, right? Let me see. That's 3. Basically, we have 8 versus 8. Doing this in case they have Dondozo wake up, which is kind of a thing where I'm scared of, but I'm not scared enough. So let's see. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Ball real quick. Let's see. 2 Toxic. That's 2. I'm gonna leave at least 1 recover on the table, or 2 recovers. Let's see. Do that. I'm gonna do 3. Toxic's at 1. Let's see. I'm at 3 recovers left. I'm gonna leave 2 on the table. There's the Amnesia. There you go. And there it is. So basically they're absolutely goobed unless they're 1-1. So basically I PP stall them now. Well, you know what? I got an idea. Zapdos absolutely destroys. Clodsir's Terra Steel. So basically I think I don't need it. Let's see. There's 1. And then now I'm gonna go for 1 more recover. Let's see. I'm gonna go for 1 more recover. But yeah, No, my little thing is that, rather than my little friends being furries or whatever, I think they're cute. Like, some of their characters are cute and stuff, but it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, well, how are we going to do this situation? How are we going to help them out to be better? Rather than, I also have my friends, I also have family and stuff that, may or may not know. But of course, having these friends that help me out with this type of stuff would be it's always absolutely amazing. I mean, Ace is there, having that stuff. But yeah, rather than having the stall team be boring, I mean, it's kind of one of those goober things. I'm like, well, at least I have this coming home too, or hey, at least I have this going too. But as you see, we got about 6 moves left on my opponent, so I basically have, say, a little bit ways more agency. Let's see. Mhm. 3, 2, right? There's 2. That's the last move of Amnesia now, and then they're gonna have Earthquake and Toxic, which is probably the last 2 moves, which they're about 90 seconds left. So Greninja Glacier is gonna be something. 1. So now they're at 3 moves left. Let's see. 3, 2. And there's the last move of Earthquake, and now they get completely walled. So here is my genius idea. Go to Zapdos real quick as they go to struggle. Let's see. Boom. They get that. And paralyze. It's amazing. And look at that right there. Free toxic chip, but now they go to Gondozo. Look at that right there. Doing all these turns just to stall them out. Listen to that. Listen to this. Listen to this real quick. I'm going to do this. Volt switch out. Get him some damage in. And then do Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball. Let's see. Soaking Galar. Doing that chip down. I am going to go for a Volt switch real quick as you do go for this. Let's see. Go Gholdengo. I don't think I threw, but let's see. Hey, slack off. Oh, I definitely goobed. I definitely goobed. Let's see. 38%. Yeah, their special defense drop. And they paralyze. They Shadow Ball. Boom. That's going to be that damage. Let's see. Yeah, that's what they're like. Oh, why did you switch? Why you did this? Because it'd be funny. That's why. Shadow Ball's going to do this. GG's. They think they're going to be slower, but yeah. There's that. There's 1. Go Zapdos real quick. You think there's 2, right? Let's see. It's 2, right? Sleep turn number 2. Why did I swap? Why did I fucking swap? Why did I swap like that? Now I lost because I mean stupid. That's how you lose games, baby. Yeah. So that's how you lose games. So there you go. 3% doing 25. Yeah, that's how you do it. You lose games because you're being stupid. That's how you do it. I had a brain fart. A question marking because literally I had a brain fart and that's what happened. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. I mean, it's how it is. You've been conversating so long. Yeah, I know. It's my fault. GG's. I'll play. But let's play another game and see what we can do from there. I think I'm tired, but we get one more game. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a lot more fun than this stall shenanigans. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we got a lot more fun team right here. It seems like we got Fortress, we got a lot of Batmons. This is kind of a thing with low ladder, but let's see. I think you have Umbreon real quick on the flip turn in case you go for Toxic, but I just have an idea. Let's see. Go flip turn. I'm going to do this in case you go Toxic on the Umbreon. Let's see. And you go perfect. Perfect play on my front. And as you do that, I know you're going to go foul play. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go you. And see Wish Up. I see Snarl. That's what I thought. And perfect play on that front. I can go for a knockoff. I do not mind getting my Toxic on Tusk. Let's see. And I go Toxic. Yep, I do know that for sure. And look at that right there. I can go for a free Samurai Hisui real quick as they do go for Wish, right? Protect. Yep, they do that. And I'm going to go for flip turn again as they protect. Yep, they do that. So you no longer able to have recovery, yet you're deciding to do all that stuff. I'm going to go for my Great Tusk real quick. Let's see you Wish Up, right? They Toxic. Yep, you do that. Predictable as always, but I'm going to go Headlong Rush as you do go Gengar. Okay. As you do get a free KO in the Great Tusk. Do that right there. Boom. When you go for Alligator, I am to go Dragapult real quick in case they do go for a Dragon Dance. They go Liquidation, which is scary. But it is sheer force. It is boosted. I'm gonna go free Dracos real quick. Let's see you get that free Draco in. As they have no fairy type, which is absolutely amazing. They go Fortress, I do not mind, as you do get a free 64%, which I know this is probably going to be a KO. They go Umbreon, I do not mind doing this. Go back to Great Tusk, as you do have no lefties recovery. The only thing you can do is Wish. Yep, you do that. And whatever comes in, comes in. You go Fortress, I'm going to knock you off. Get rid of your item, which is Heavy Duty Booty. And there you go right there. So you definitely are some shenanigans right there. I'm going to go back to Dragapult just in case you go Toxic Spikes. Okay, that's nice. I go Flamethrower for free. Knock out the Fortress, which is simply something that should not be there. That's something that should be something from Gen 4. I'm going to go this. Let's see you wish up. Yep, they do that. I'm going to Rapid Spin a couple. I'm going to knock off in case you do that. I'm going to Rapid Spin just in case of that. No Pelipper. I do not mind that. And somehow, some way, we have this. I'm gonna knock off your damp rock, right? Yep, you do that. The U-turn, and I get free chip damage on the Feraligatr. So this must be Choice Band Sheer Force Feraligatr, I'm guessing. I'm gonna go back to Zapdos real quick. This is no use in that. I am gonna go for a Volt Switch. Let's see, you go Terra Water. Ah, your Scarf. Your Scarf, your Scarf. Okay. So that's all I was wondering. But we go Val for free. And the rest of the team gets completely destroyed by Val. But Gholdengo had a very good matchup in the stall. But look at that right there. We have this down, and look at that. They forfeit the game. Let's see. And we get one more game in, hopefully, and we get to the 1300. So that's kind of our main progression we're going to do for right now. And hopefully, in the end, we're going to get to ourselves up to the top of the ladder, hopefully soon. But we'll be right back with our final game. Hopefully get to the 1300s and see what we can do from there, baby. Let's get it. All right, we got another game, and it seems like we got Solomon Robbie. Kind of a thing where they're doing Quavel, doing Jugglers, doing that. This is definitely some stuff you see from the if they go Quavel. I know this is gonna be some B let me see what's the name called, a BL type of thing. I'm gonna go for Draco. Let's see what they go out to. I think you go Prim, most likely, right? Are you gonna go Prim? Or are you gonna get completely smashed by Draco Meteor? I wouldn't be surprised by either or, but I mean, yeah. So let's see how we're gonna do this. Let's see. Let's see how we're gonna do this. So there we go. And that's how we're gonna do this. They go knock off, which gets a free Draco off. I'm gonna knock out the Quavos. They go Prim. That's nice. As we do save up our Mon. I am gonna go Zapdos real quick. Let's see. And let's see if they go sub. Okay. That's nice. I think we're Infiltrator and Dragapult. I'm gonna go Volt Switch for free. Get that down. I am gonna go into Gholdengo in case you do go for Calm Mind. Let's see. How we're gonna do this? They go Moonblast. I'm not surprised. I'm gonna go Nasty Plot in case you go for a Garchomp or a Jugulis or a Hoopa. Let's see how we're gonna do this. 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 Um, so they have Garchomp real quick. Do I think it would be worth it to Terra on any of these Mons? No, I don't. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Terra Fairy, and I'm gonna make it rain on Garchomp. Let's see. A Self Rock, which is gonna be a bulky chomp. Let's see. It's gonna do a lot of health on the Garchomp. I thought it was gonna be EQ. So I'm gonna Shadow Ball. Whatever happens, happens, they say. And let's see who they're gonna go at. They spike up. So they're definitely gonna be some hazard stacking. That's why they had it. That's why they went through Garchomp. But they do go King Gambit. I am going to go Zapdos real quick in case they do go for a Iron Head like that. There we go. And Paralysis on the city. Nice. So I'm going to go Volt Switch. As they do have a free rain, I am going to go to Great Tusk real quick. Let's see if you go Sword Dance. Let's see. Kowtow. Nice. As they do have that. They have no alleyway for a Ghost type unless you go... Oh. Yeah, I forgot about King Gambit having that. So... Fortunately, they do get the paralysis. Let's get the knockoff off, getting rid of their lefties. They go for Iron Head, doing that. They go Headlong Rush for free, knocking out the King Gambit. And there we go. They go Quavel. I'm going to go for Hammer on Hisui. Let's see. Are you going to go knockoff? Or are you going to go Aqua Step? Let's see. Aqua Step. Nice. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm wondering if you are going to be a CC type deal. Let's see, and I'm gonna go for CC's Edge. We are faster than Quaquaval, which is amazing, which gives them free spikes on the field. And I'm gonna spike stack until Primarina I can die with the Primarina, or gonna be whatever mon comes out. Which that's kind of my plan, but that's crazy that we're faster than Quaquaval when we're the same speed. I'm guessing most likely they're adamant or something. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. So we have that. We got this. We got Iron Jugulis on the field. I think they're gonna they're booster speed. I'm not surprised if they go. Oh my goodness, they miss Hurricane. That's crazy. Doing more chip damage, more spikes on the field. I'm gonna do this in case they miss another Hurricane. Nope, they do not. And that means we can go to free rain on Zapdos. Let's see. I'm gonna Thunder Wave on the Jugulis real quick. Let's see. They Dark Pulse, which does a little bit of damage, right? And Thunder Wave on the Jugulis. Amazing. So I'm gonna roost up as they do that. Amazing. And now they get free reigns against the entire team. So I'm gonna Volt Switch as they get paralyzed a third time. And it KOs them. So that's amazing. I'm gonna go to Great Tusk as most of their mons are gonna be slower. And let's see who they go out to. Primarina. Nice. So you get double spikes down on a Rapid Spin as you get rid of the hazards. And that's going to get themselves a free Moonblast and knock me out. But I do not care as I have Zapdos. And I think Gholdengo can finish off the rest of the team. Let's see. And I do not think right now. I'm going to sack off the Dragapult real quick as a Moonblast. Amazing. I'm going to go Gholdengo for free on a Shadow Ball. Let's see a KO. Boom. Right there. Go Koopa. That's definitely something crazy. I am going to go Nasty Plot in case they do go Gunk Shot. Yep. Fortunately, Gholdengo gets KO'd, but I have an idea. Since you are Scarf, not Scarf, but yeah, the Gunk Shot, they are going to be slightly faster. So we have that at least. And I'm going to roost up. Let's see damage. Let's see. I know you're Scarf, so let's see. And Paralyze. That is something that is unfortunate, but it's in the fundamentals of Pokemon, and they forfeit the game. Is this finally going to be something amazing? Yes, Gholdengo did its work in some of the games, and also Val did get good games on that. But I'm in it off right here. You know, this is perfect Gholdengo gaming. I want to say shout out to Jim and D Cool for the mascot and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to stay safe, y'all. Y'all have a nice one. Bandito out. Yes, sir.